Could you tell the viewers what to expect, or what would they expect? Like if they signed up for orientation, what would happen? What's the process when they come in? From
Okay.
there?
So yeah, usually that's the first step. If someone's interested in a training program, I know we're going to be talking to our viewers. If you're interested, give us a call. Right now, this is a low-tech edition, so we don't have any slides with our numbers attached to them. So if you want to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and we'll go ahead and give you our number later. So as a person calls and they're looking for information about our training program, usually what I'm doing is say you want to come in and go through the orientation. Basically, that first step is coming in and getting information about what we do, what to expect during the training program, what's the procedure or what's the process of getting into the training program. In that orientation also they'll get an application, and we will give the students or maybe the class of the people who come in for that orientation. They could be 5, 6, 12 people. We'll give them a tour of the shop, so that way they could see firsthand what the students currently are doing, so that way they get an idea of like, wow, if these people came in with no experience whatsoever and they're doing this top-notch work, I could be at that point in training also. So that gives them a good idea of what to expect as they're coming in the shop. And usually I tell people when they're coming in, ask questions. Make sure that this is a good, you have all the information that you need to make an informed decision to see if this type of training is going to be something that they want to do for 15 weeks. So, that's usually the first step. Give us a call. We'll invite you in. They'll come in. There's also a testing phase of it. We'll tell them about the qualifications a little bit later on, so if you remind me, I'll go ahead and mention that. So they'll do a little bit of testing, and basically go from there. They'll interview with a couple of staff just to make sure if it's going to be a good fit, see if they got any questions that they might have, any kind of concerns that they might have. Because it is a long-term, I would say short-term, but intense commitment. It is about 15 weeks, about close to 4 months of training. So that's usually basically what we'll try to do with those people inquiring about our training program.
Okay, with the classroom setting, is there a ratio? Like, is there more men, or is there more women, or does it fluctuate? Does everyone work as a group, or?
Yeah, we have men and women. Usually we'll try to get maybe 15 to 20% women in a typical class. That doesn't always translate to that, just because people view this as a man-dominated field. And what I want to say to the viewers out there is that women really do really well in this type of setting. It's just they handle themselves really well. They can handle themselves with the same type of skill level as any man.
Okay. What is there an age requirement? I know that's what I want to ask. Is there an age requirement to come in for woodworking? Is there a cap on it, or?
Okay. Well, let me give you the qualifications, because that's part of that. So the qualifications if someone wants to come into our training program is a person has to be at least 18, at least. There's no upper limit, so there's no cap. The person needs to test at a 6th grade level in math and reading. They need to be low income in order to qualify for funding, so that way they don't have to worry about training costs coming out of their pocket. We want a person not to have to worry about any type of financial burdens and stuff, so we're looking for funding, and again, to cover their training costs. So if a person is, let's say, if they're receiving unemployment or some type of public aid, or maybe they have a family of 4 but under a certain income bracket, that will qualify them also. And the last requirement is that they do have to pass the drug screening.
Okay. What was my next question? I know it was with the process, but it'll come back to me. What are you looking for in the person that would qualify for the program? Like, are personality traits, or to see if they're focused, or if this is the right fit?
What I would say to somebody who might be looking, and maybe inquiring, man, what kind of, that question that you just gave me, what I would tell that person is that this is a field where it is pretty varied. There's probably 5 different fields in the woodworking trades. One of them is, working at a lumber mill. The other one is cabinets. There's high-end furniture. There's architectural millwork. That's stuff that's kind of bolted down and can't be moved. So it's like, your cabinets or your windows, stairways, banisters, things of that nature. If churches are pretty famous for a lot of architectural millwork. And the last one would be musical instruments. So if you can run me back with that question, because I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, I was asking what were you looking for in a person,
Okay. Yeah. So if a person likes thinking on their feet, which I do, if you are problem solvers, people who like working with their hands, people who like the gratification of producing these really nice products, a person who just likes to get in there and just kind of make things that people don't make, and that kind of sense of pride that you could say, wow, kind of pat yourself on the back. Yeah, I could do that. And those are the people who really kind of enjoy this and really work long term. If you're a person who likes to be prompt, if you're a person who likes hard work, commitment, can be there on time. Any of those traits that you could bring to any job and really be successful, you can make it in this type of training.
Okay. Charlie, can you tell our viewers what makes Greater Westtown so different, so unique? What would make a person want to come there?
Well, if I could backtrack a little bit, one of the things that used to be around a lot in the Chicago high schools were vocational trainings.
Okay.
So, there was a lot of wood shop. There was a lot of, auto body. There was, all of these different shops working with the hands and stuff. And over the years, a lot of the wood shops have closed down in the high schools. So, the people who were thinking about some other type of career besides maybe going directly to college, kind of lost out on that. And now it seemed like the big push was, sending everybody to college. And I don't think everyone is kind of fit for that. There's people who just don't want to do that. Or maybe they look at college and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to come out with $80,000 debt. Can I really, handle something like that? So, so one of the things in this field right now is that there's companies out there that are looking for that skilled laborer who has that manufacturing background, who has that wood working background, trying to fill these jobs, and those things are kind of hard to find right now. So again, you're gonna have to remind me of that question, because I'm going, and
Well,
I just tend to
I
go
know.
off in different.
We have a
fields and
caller
stuff.
right now.
Yeah.
Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, my question is how much does the program cost?
Thank you, caller. Well, the cost is zero for a person who is income eligible, and I kind of ran over that a little bit earlier. Again, if you are low income, if you're receiving unemployment,
I just turned it now. I
Yeah.
just turned it on now.
I'm sorry.
He just turned it on.
I just turned on the show now.
Okay.
How much?
So yeah, so basically, if you are under unemployment, if you're receiving some type of public aid, if you are maybe a dislocated worker, maybe transitioning to a new job and need some updated skills, maybe if you're a family of 4 or 5 and you are under a certain income bracket, that will qualify you for funding. So that way, again, you don't have to worry about training costs coming out of your pocket.
Does it answer your question, caller?
I think he might have left us.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So give me. So if you
I was
wanna-
asking what made Greater Westtown so unique that a person would choose, what makes you so different? What's so outstanding about
Thank you for refreshing my memory. Yeah, I'm getting a little older. So anyway, it makes it different because we fulfill that need. So where the high schools kind of just left that to the side, we fill that niche. We fill that area where an employer might want to look
Okay.
to somebody who
Charlie,
has a
we have
little
a
bit more
caller
skills.
again. Caller, go ahead.
Hi.
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 Do I have a criminal background. Is this a program that I can still do?
Yeah. Usually a class in our training program maybe might have 15 to 20% ex-offenders.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling. Okay,
So again, yeah, we're filling that niche for that woodworking. So and one thing great about it right now is that the manufacturing sector is kind of taking off right now, and I have students and I have more employers that are calling than we can actually place people on jobs. So we do have a class. Right now they're in their, I would say, 11th week, and at this moment we're kind of transitioning over a little bit, and we're starting to get them out there for interviews on companies. So we have half of our current class right now has been out on interviews. I'm trying to set up some more interviews for the rest of the class to just kind of get out there and get their feet wet. And we're looking for 100% placement out of this current class.
okay. So with saying that, what is the percentage ratio of a graduating class?
Usually, our placement rate is about 85%.
Okay, that's great.
And that has been pretty consistent in our 25-year history. And that's pretty high. And it's usually the person who might have a different agenda that might not, tend to fully work with us to get in place and stuff. That's why our numbers are like that. We probably could even be higher than that.
Okay. Charlie, can you give the viewers, or just take us through a typical day of what a student would be doing once they've been accepted into the program?
Okay. So usually the first 4 weeks, we're doing a little bit of intensive classroom work. So what we want to do in that first 4 weeks is just kind of get them up to speed on math, measurements, and looking at shop drawings and just trying to figure those things out. So they're doing a little bit more of that intensive side on that first 4 weeks. And then in the afternoons, what we'll do from 12 o'clock to about 2:30, we'll have them in the shop, and on day 2 they are working with a project. We're going to give them a project. They're going to figure out how to make it, and we're going to go ahead and give them that initial kind of look on how these things come about. And I don't want to give that away because I want them to come in and kind of see what's going on. But usually the students that first week, they're really biting at everything because everything's fresh, everything's new, and they're getting that initial excitement of, man, I can make this in a couple of weeks and stuff. So we want to have that buy-in to our training program with our students.
Okay, with saying that, callers, we're sorry we don't have the overhead shot that'll give you all the information, but if you have your paper and your pen handy, I'll be more than happy to share the information with you. It's the Greater Westtown Training Partnership. The location is 500 North Sacramento Boulevard. That's Chicago, Illinois, 60612. The number to call so that you can register is 312-563-9570. So we have an up-and-coming class in January, so you need to call immediately. See, we have a caller, Charlie. Go ahead, caller.
Hi. I'm wondering if there's any previous experience that you need before coming to your training program.
Could you repeat that?
Do you need any experience previously before attending your program?
No, not at all. There's people that come in at different levels. People come in with no experience whatsoever. Actually, we like that because that means we could go ahead and kind of mold them into what we need. But again, we are teaching our students that we're approaching them as they have no experience whatsoever. We're going to give them a really good foundation, and we're going to build on that skill levels. They usually work on 4 different projects throughout the training. So initially they're going to make 4 boxes. They're going to learn the different construction methods. They'll do some laminate work. Once that's done, probably in about week 3, they'll start working on a different project that's a little bit more intensive, a little bit more detailed, a little more nice. They'll work on a veneered cabinet with a solid Corian countertop and a wooden base. So that's going to give them a lot of experience working with veneering. They'll get some practice with our CNC machine. They'll work with the joiner and planer. And they're probably looking at, well, what in the world are those machines? Come in and find out what they are. We'll show you around and we'll tell you what those things are. But no, no experience is needed. Come in and get that training, get that skill level that you might need. What's nice about this trade, it's transferable. I could go to France, not even know the language. I could still look at a print and still make products, right? I could do that almost anywhere around the world.
So that's
Oh,
great. And they get the
that's very
certification.
I'm sorry.
No, I said that was very interesting, and I appreciate your time and your answer.
Thank you so much for calling.
All right. Bye.
Charlie, I don't know if we mentioned, but I'm going to ask the question again. High school diploma, is that required? Is that one of the requirements?
It is not required. We are asking that, if you do have a high school diploma, to bring it in, even if you could bring in a GED. I mean, those things are always great. Great to have, but it is not required for entry into our training program.
Okay. The projects that the students make, are they theirs to keep, and do they do other things beyond just what the school is?
No, they are theirs to keep. So each student is going to work on an individual project. They're all the same, but they're working on their own different components and stuff like that. So that where they're getting their hands on a project themselves. They're making it, and they do get to take them home.
Okay, callers, we'll be wrapping it up soon, but I want you to take the information down for the woodworking manufacturing training class, which is located at 500 North Sacramento, which is taught by the Greater Westtown Training Partnership, Chicago, Illinois, 60612. The number to dial for registration is 312-563-9570. So, callers, if you're looking for a trade that travels well, as Charlie said, you can take it anywhere in the world. You still have to read a blueprint, and the sky's the limit. If you can have it in here and create it with these, the sky's the limit. So call Greater Westtown for the woodworking program. Charlie, thanks for having you.
Oh, thanks for having. Oh, we still got a few minutes. Oh, well, we're wrapping it up. It looks like.
So I'm hoping that you wrote down the information because it is important. Like I said, we have an up-and-coming class in January. The seats are going like hotcakes. We'd love to get you in there. Women, come on, do this.
Yeah, we have orientations weekly also. So
Right.
if they're interested, they can go ahead and give us a call.
And we have an orientation coming up soon, but to make sure you write the number down, 312-563-9570, so we can give you updated and current information, and we'd love to have you. Charlie, thank you so much again for coming on the show.
Oh, no problem. What I would say, the last thing to the callers, this is the holiday seasons, right?
Yes, it is.
Give yourself the gift that keeps on giving. It's
Learn
a little
trade.
corny. It's a little
Yeah.
corny, but it's
Yeah.
true. This thing will always keep giving. Year after year. I got stuff that I've made. I'm giving it to my kids and stuff like that.
And the ladies can look at it this way. Once they learn, they don't have to wait on that honey-do list. They'll be able to do it on their own. So it's a great skill to learn. The sky's the limit. Whatever you have created up here in your head, bring it forth with the hands, and just learning to operate those power tools, especially the CNC machine. And
Yeah, we have ladies that are on
Power
companies right
tools,
now
yeah.
that are on, working CNC equipment. They're working, making these beautiful pieces and all kinds of stuff. We have women in heart makers right now and stuff, industry and stuff. It's just amazing, amazing stuff. So, yeah, get that gift.
Charlie, I wanted to ask too
Yeah.
before we go out the air. Are there field trips where the students are exposed to the manufacturers that are out there?
Yes, yeah, we'll have field trips. We'll take them out. We're going to give them a little bit insight into what's going on, the different types of industries. That's my goal, is to just kind of give them a visual, help inspire them maybe. They'll say, wow, this is really nice stuff. They'll be able to see some of the students who are currently working on those jobs.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll do maybe hopefully 3 to 4 if possible, if we could squeeze those in.
Okay. All right, callers, we're getting ready to sign off, but once again, here's the number to dial for registration, 312-563-9570. Thank you so much for having us.